Garden. Happy listening! You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel RJAM News. To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners, you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup. Education Radio, hosted by Pia Morato, is on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Teleradio Bandido, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and YouTube channel RJAM News. This brings service to all educators and learners of every age. The program guests include secretaries, dignitaries, ambassadors, lawmakers, professors, volunteers, and heroes, all dedicated to contribute to this valuable advocacy. We take the streets to the classroom and the classroom to the streets.
Good morning, Manila. Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, world, and welcome to Education Radio. Today we are going to be talking about the Magdalena Mission, and I'm happy to have with us Yusek Joel Edco. Yusek, are you in? And one of our atings at the Magdalena Mission, who is Z Saldua. Okay, wait. I think Yusek Edco's just fixing his Wi-Fi, but he'll be in shortly. But I'm happy to introduce, like I said, one of our atings, Z. And I think just in case people don't know, Z and I have been together for quite some time now. Right, Z? Welcome to
that's true.
Education Radio. So I'm happy that you're with us again in this mission. As you and I were both done together. We've gone through so much already since then. And most recently, we have also been reunited, right? And here we are again, being reunited for another mission. And it's an all-women's team, all-women's group, and I'm so happy that you are with us. So maybe, Z, you can give us some background, apart from the fact that I'd like to let everybody know you are also a beauty queen. I'm the only non-beauty queen in this in this group, but yes, for everybody's knowledge, Z is also a beauty queen, right? So give us a little bit of your background, Z.
Yeah, well, so I've been working since I was 16 years old. So hindi talaga ako sanay na wala akong ginagawa sa buhay. I've been working, doing so many different things, like being a writer, being a PA, being an editor, and then I ended up going into hosting. And then after hosting, I started getting into sports casting and being a courtside reporter, and then eventually getting the job of news anchor, then becoming a beauty queen. So I've done a lot of things in my life. I've tried to break the ceiling also for beauty queens, showing na hindi lang kami magaganda, we also have a heart. Diba? Lagi natin sinasabi, kailangan beauty with a purpose. We have to have a heart for advocacy. This is one of the reasons why I ended up also becoming a reservist with you the time that we were done together as lieutenants at that time. So my heart has always been trying to get into the industry, but not just for the sake of fame, or not just for the sake of having so many followers or having the money, because that's not the issue for me. For me, it's really more on trying to make a difference in the world, trying to influence more people. And it's always been an advocacy to help more women and children, the youth, I've been always doing a lot of public speaking with young people, especially for high school, for college, because I want them to know that there are so many things in the world that they can achieve. And at the same time, I want them to know their rights as well. So I've never just talked about motivational things. It's a lot more about practical things that they need to know in life and what they can achieve no matter their social status. Pumunta ako dito sa Pilipinas, wala kaming pera. We were broke because we came from the Middle East, and it was a time where war was really becoming a hot topic in that area, and we left there just so that we can have a safe haven here in the Philippines. And at that time, wala rin kaming kakilala. So, hindi naging issue sa amin yung hindi naging hindrance yung walang pera, hindi naging hindrance yung connection, walang connection. We don't have a kilalang kilala name like Saldua. You've never really heard of a Saldua in a big conglomerate or big industry. And lastly, yung sinasabi nila that you have to come from a really prestigious school. I didn't come from a prestigious school. It's a really good school and it's getting very well known. But at that time, it was very young, like only 30 years. So I keep telling them, these are not excuses. It's really more for you to reach your dreams by using this as character building. Because in my school, it's character building is nation building. And it really stuck with me. And from there, ginagamit ko rin siya for women empowerment because although I've never experienced directly, being hindered as a woman, I think it's just because I don't let it affect me. I don't think it should be a reason why I should stop myself from achieving what I want to achieve. And I want to impart that to other women, lalo na dito sa Pilipinas. The mindset of Filipinos, parang they put themselves so low at sometimes. I want to lift them up.
Yeah.
No matter what social status they have, they can be lifted up kasi ang laki ng potential natin. So that's why I'm here today and being a part of the Magdalena Mission, Alagang Ate.
Yes, now I'd like to bring in Yusek Joel Edco. Yay, Z!
Hi, good morning. Good morning,
Hi.
Pia.
Good
Good morning, Zara. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I was late. No, I had some technical trouble with my Wi-Fi.
Struggle with
Kanina pa ako.
Wi-Fi.
I was trying to get in as early as 7:45. Ay, talaga naman. Buti na lang. And I'm very glad that you are here. No, Pia, this is really a very beautiful morning. Saturday morning at that, no, with you two beautiful women. Talaga namang, and all of us, all of those who are watching us right now and who are listening to us right now, all those beautiful people of the Philippines and the world, no? Talaga naman. So, nabutan ko yung kwento ni Sarah. And, oo nga naman, no? We all started. I don't know about Pia. Like Sarah, I started. When I was young, in college, I was a janitor. I worked as a janitor just to, to sustain my studies and all that. No, before I became a journalist. No, talaga namang kwan.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that Zara joined the ranks of Magdalena Mission with Pia, with Ate. So I should call you Ate na, although mas matanda ako sa inyo.
After you, it's me.
Yeah. Umamin bigla. Biglang umamin. So, Sarah, we are really very happy that you're here. No, we missed you last Monday. So we're giving you
Sorry about that. Yeah.
yeah, oo nga, we missed you last Monday, but we're giving you this very special courtesy of Pia. No?
Of course. Sabi ko nga magkasama kami, Yusek, we were done together, Z and I. And so we've journeyed for a couple of years together now, back and forth, even if we don't see each other, we keep coming back together, and doing that again with the Magdalena Mission. But let's start off also, Yusek Edco, with you letting our viewers and listeners know what the Magdalena Mission is.
Yeah, as explained by the other lead convener, si Michelle Gumabaw especially, last year pa yan, yung Magdalena Mission. And nabuo yan because at the height of the pandemic, diba, maraming na-displace talaga ng mga women, no? And the term Magdalena itself would give anybody an idea of what it's all about. Kasi at that time, yung mga night workers, I call them night workers, no? Women night workers, talagang nawala. Sinara lahat ng kanilang establishments and all that. And pagka ganun, saan sila mapupunta? Diba? I mean, kawawa naman, no? So they decided na mag-create niyan with Mampay Sarmonia and Colonel Emma Libunaw, no? Alam mo naman si Colonel Emma, talagang champion of women's rights and protection and all that. Yung career niya sa Philippine National Police, talagang puro ang assignments niya ay about women protection, no? Mga cases na hawak niya about VAUSI and all that. So they decided to put that up. And right now, so na-expand naman, and you are doing Magdalena Missions is now doing mga relief missions also, no? And I'd like to congratulate you, all of you, for the September 8th ng Hospicio de San Jose mission. Alam niyo naman yung mga, for the longest time, merong grupo ng kabila, no? Grupo ng kabila ay talagang kung saan dinadala ang ating mga kababaihan. Si nanay, si ate, i-recruit nila, ginagalit para maging rebelde sa gobyerno and all that. Sabi ko, hindi tama ito. But there are patriotic women such as you two, no? Who decided to serve the country by joining the ranks of reservists. I too. Me too, no? So, hinihintay ko na lang yung papers ko, no?
Madadon ka na, boss. Malapit ka na madon.
Malapit na. Malapit na.
Very
Sasama
good.
ako sa batalyon mo.
Of course! You're welcome. QC.
Si Z is with the army, no?
Yes, Philippine Army.
Staff
In
Sergeant.
fact,
if I'm not
you'll
mistaken.
be surprised because, Z, marunong yan mag-operate ng tangke. I think, am I
Wow.
correct? Z, sige,
Yeah,
kwento mo.
certified. Certified
sige,
RCWS and RCWS, and I'm also certified also as a driver and a gunner. So magaling na
Wow.
ako sa ganyan. We really trained me and Ronnie Liang as both of us as lieutenants. So okay naman yung experience, and I think because of that experience, ang dami talaga nagme-message sa akin ng mga kababaihan na gusto din nila sumali sa pagiging Army Reservist. It's just that hindi nila alam kung paano, and of course nandun din yung hesitancy because they don't know if ganun ba kahirap yung training, and I tell them yes, malamang, kasi if ever that I really took it as a survival lesson, diba?
Yes.
Like it's not just about training to defend your country if there's going to be a war, because hindi lang kami ganun but like what if there's going to be a situation where you
That's
need to learn
right.
how to survive. But more than that, I always say that being a reservist is not reserva sa guerra. It's really more on peace building and community building. That's why, like, what are we doing 90% of the time? We are community building and peace building because we're not a war-stricken country. We have an insurgency problem, but it's not a war-stricken country. So that's why we need to continue the community building and peace building so that we can avoid having to be in that situation, and we can avoid also a lot of people getting into the insurgency as well, because a lot of people don't think that it's a problem because it's not a hidden secret, it's a well-known secret, no? But they feel like it doesn't concern them since it's not directly affecting the population of Metro Manila, but actually it has a huge effect in how our country is being seen, how our country is being governed as well, and they don't realize that it's something that is hidden in plain sight. That's the thing. They think that it's really a conspiracy theory, but it's not. It's a proven fact, because we have a lot of women and children coming forward, like the group of hands off our children, they're
Yeah.
the ones, they are the parents who are experiencing this firsthand, and their children are telling us firsthand that this is happening. So that's why Magdalena Mission was also created. I believe it's so that we can bring that to light. We are bringing the fact that being an activist doesn't have to be fighting against the government. Being an activist means we need to bring accountability to the government by helping them as well. Because although I'm part of the army, doesn't mean that I have nothing to say against the government. There are certain things that I want improved, but I don't want to oust anybody and I don't want to fight anybody. I just want to bring it to light so that we can work together, 'di ba? That's the whole point in being a citizen. It's not to always, parang if you are a parent, you're not there to bring your children down. You are there to help them grow and become better. So we have to be the same thing for our government, and that's why I wanted to be a part of this group. When Miss Pia told me, Z, there's this group, Magdalena Mission, and then she told me all of the objectives, I didn't even think twice. I'm like, go. I don't have any questions. Go na ako dyan, because the objectives are very clear and we don't have any hidden agenda. This is what we want to do. We want to help women, period. We're not looking for money for ourselves. We are not looking to recruit anybody to brainwash them in any way. And we're not looking to take advantage of these women for our own agendas. We are
Yeah.
looking to help other women. Kaya nga ate kami, di ba? Alagang ate. We have the malasakit and we have the passion, and we are doing this voluntarily. Sila Michelle Gumabao, sila Yusek Mocha, Asik Mocha, and all of the other celebrities. We're doing this voluntarily because we feel like it's an important issue. And that's why we're here today talking, di ba? So,
I like that you said that, because even see RC Munoz, okay, who's with us, she didn't think twice. Like when I asked RC, she was like, yes, I really want to be part of this. And the last time we also heard her statement. So I'm really so happy that young, empowered women are part of this group, and, so intelligent, they're so
Yeah.
articulate, right? And they know the issues. They know exactly how to help in the areas that are needed, in the sectors that are needed. And, having said that, I want to add, kasi there's something very important about women. And I think Yusek Joel, you will agree with me. There's a role about women that is so crucial and is so important, especially in times of crisis. It is a known fact that women really, hard or maybe complicated as it may seem to believe, diba? There's something about a woman that really thrives in a crisis, right? How they are able to turn things around. Siguro kaya nga ang tawag sa kababaihan sa pamilya, sila ang ilaw ng tahanan, right?
Yeah.
There's something about that. Maybe we can expound further on this, because the Magdalena Mission really goes into the fringes of all these crisis issues on women and children. Go ahead.
Yes, tama, no? And this is actually the first time na nagkaroon ng ganitong grupo, no? Walang alternative before, eh. Kaya yung mga women natin noong araw, 'di ba, sumasama dun sa kabila, no? Na lilintang sila. They were deceived into joining the ranks of women who are so full of hate that they hated everything and everybody around them, no? Not only the government. So this time around, gaya nga no, sabi ni Z kanina, no? Ito voluntary. This is something, no? Magdalena Mission is something na to rally Filipino women, no? Together, call them in together, and probably help them not necessarily to go to war. That's what Z said, no? Hindi naman pagka reservist ka, manggigera ka. It's not that. It's not that. It's only your patriotic duty, no? As a sister, as a mother for some, no? Well, as a woman, no? To do something good for the country. And Magdalena Mission is, that will be something that the Magdalena Mission will be championing. No, napakagandang opportunity that you came together at this time, at this moment, at this very crucial moment, no? Na like what Z said, she mentioned about hands of our children, di ba? Ibig sabihin, she knows, no, the issues about parenting, no, yung mga kabataan na nawala, na recruit, my God, makawawa. And up to now, hindi nila alam kung nasan yung mga anak nila. Karamihan mga babae. Nakakaawa, no?
Yeah. I just wanted to also add that there has been a recent movie, I think this was in 2020 lang, na gumawa sila ng movie about memoirs of a teenage rebel.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's a story of women. It's a story of women who have not only been brainwashed regarding these type of activities, but they were also being taken advantage of
Yeah.
rin sa mga, with the people around them. And imagine having to suffer that kind of trauma. And I'm just glad that we can bring that into light, because people think, oh, if you're going to be a part of this certain group, they're just, women want to be heard. I just wanted to share, because there is a study recently that came out in 2020 and 2021 under Wonderman Thompson, no? They said that 33% of Filipinas aim to become financially independent, and 24% are keen on starting a business. And we can see that reaching a higher spiritual awareness, but also making sure that we are becoming more seen in the industry and in our respective fields. It's becoming higher and higher each year now, according to their study. And this is from age 16, I think, or 18 until 69 years old na women in different types, in rural and urban areas across the country. So imagine this study showing how active women are. And I feel like one of the reasons why they join groups like that is because they feel that they are being heard. And that's why we wanted to make this mission happen as well. Because in Magdalena, at least we are actually listening to them, and it's not to use them for our benefit, but we want to bring their issues into light. I personally wanted to create more, for now, online talks for women and the youth. And also, I appreciate that we have you, Yusek Joel, because at least we have men who are allies of women. Because you don't have to be a female to be a feminist or to be a woman empowerment believer. We need also men to join us, because they have also the power to bring us into empowerment, diba? To bring us into the ranks. And that's what the army did for me. They the men there were the ones who believed in me and Miss Pia and other female reservists to join, and they're the ones who are always saying na, yeah, the more females the better, not because they're going to be taken advantage of, but they see that the value of women and our own skills and capabilities can be an advantage for the country and for our kapwa Pilipino. Diba? Iba kasi talaga kapag alagang ate or alagang babae or alagang nanay, we have that malasakit factor. We have, our emotions are not hindrances to our judgment. It's really bringing clarity to the judgment pa. It's really bringing that that I feel like a deeper meaning to what we do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very nice point, Z. We were talking about that one time, that it's really fortunate. And yes, you are correct. So many studies have come out really that what women need right now are male enablers, who see our skill, who see our capacity, whether it be in the workplace or, in areas such as what we're doing right now, right? And thank you, Yusek Joel, for being that kind of, male influencer, right? We are so happy that you are here for women like us, so that it is an example also to the rest of the Philippine society that this is the kind of collaboration that we need. I love that you said, you brought up feminism, Z, because the concept of feminism is sometimes very thwarted, right? It's really about becoming women who can do anything, anytime, or even better than men. Maybe
Yeah.
you want to expound on that also, because we are so different from one another and we have to be interdependent in our relationships, right? And
To
collaborators.
be
Yes, there's no,
honest, yeah, go ahead, Yusek.
yeah, oo. Yan, tama, no? Hindi naman kailangan may clash, di ba? Between the genders or ano. All of us are, we have, all of us have our own patriotic duties, no? This is something that we do for the country. And you mentioned, no, we're not just after, syempre, in its strictest sense, of course, women's rights, ng ating ano. But beyond that, there's also the family to protect, and women can do that. I myself was a former CPP NPA cadre. I was a combatant before. When I was very young, I was recruited at a very young age. I was only 17. No, but alam nyo paano ako bumalik? It's because of my mom. She was so relentless. Imagine mo, nandun ako sa bundok, ng Bataan. Nakaiga ako sa aking tent, no? Dala-dala ko yung Armalite ko, ready to fight anytime. May dumadating sa akin mga letters, no? Somehow they managed to get through to me. Sa bundok, binabasa ko yun. Ang dami, mga yellow pad. Pero as a naligaw na bata noon, walang dating sa akin eh. So, binabasa ko lang and then natatawa ako, sinishare ko doon sa mga kasama ko. But she was so relentless. And when the time came na buwaba ako for a different mission, I met my mom and then she was praying pala noon na wag na akong bumalik. Nagkasakit ako noon. Tapos nilalagaan ako ng mama ko. So talagang I was so sick then. Parang divine intervention nga, sabi niya, kung di pa nagkasakit yung anak ko na yan, baka bumalik yun. And then, miss ko yun. Siyempre, alagang nanay. No? Alagang nanay. Tapos, I cried a lot. And doon ko na-realize, sabi ko, teka, ano ba itong pinagagagawa ko? No? So, yun yung mga power ng women. No? Imagine mo, ang tigas ng ulo ko noon, galit ako sa mundo, etc. But, when my mom did that to me, talagang ginagano niya ako, naku anak, ako lalagnat ka. Something like that. No? I changed my mind. It changed me. And that led me to where I am right now. I mean, I owe that to my mom. Ano? So, kumbaga, ang moral ng story, that's true. And I agree. Ang laki ng role ng women in protecting and preserving the family, the community, and of course, nation building. No, that's why when I heard about this group, in fact, matatawa ka Z, last year pa namin pinaplano ni Pia, and we came with so many names,
So many
names and acronyms. Grabe. And the good thing I discovered the Magdalena Mission. Because I am also co-hosting another program with Colonel Libunao. Then I heard about it. Oh, what's that? It's Magdalena Mission. With Michelle Maba. Oh, sabi ko, i-introduce ko yan kila Pia and her friends. Sabi ko kasi napakaganda niyan. Niyan. No, and eto na tayo ulit. No? Eto na kayo. We're just behind. I'm going to help you in whatever way I can. No, we'll support you all the way. No, this is for all Filipino women. No, ito na po, yung mga nakikinig tayong kababayan. So later on, I heard that you're going to put up your regional and provincial chapters na. So this is going to be something big. No, this is going to be something in the offing that is, for all women to be part of.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
congratulations in advance.
Yes, I hope that we can really continue to grow, no, and have more people, more members to be a part of this. And just to address, no, si Ms. Pia about feminism, to be honest, as a younger woman before, I was really very on the fence of for using that type of term because diba, it's always used as a very negative connotation, and it wasn't the concept of feminism that I had a problem with. I always ask like, ay hindi ko maintindihan yung mga feminista because there are so many different types of feminists and a lot of them are like, let's be honest, some of them are very quite aggressive, no? But now that I'm older and understanding what really feminism is all about, it's not about being in competition with the other gender. It's really more about the collaboration with the other gender, really more about having equal rights. And I'm glad that the Philippines is really not far from having gender equality in terms of workplace, in terms of so many other rights, and we even have other rights that don't benefit
Men
the
don't-
males,
yeah.
diba? Like they don't benefit the males actually. So that's also against feminism because what we're looking for is equality na nga, diba?
Yes,
Not one
yes.
against the other. So that's one thing that I want to bridge the gap because feminism is not just for women's rights, it's also for men as well. And lagi ko na rin sinasabi because we had in the army, they are continually yearly pinag-uusapan din ng gender and development. Lagi yan. And lagi ko sinasabi na a fight for women's rights is a fight for men's rights as well. It's a fight for human rights, 'di ba? And sino naman talaga ang nag-aalaga sa inyo by the time that you get home? It's always the woman who is making you feel special. You shouldn't feel intimidated if they are also I mean, for me, a lot of men feel I'm not intimidating. I'm very friendly, diba? But men feel intimidated. So it's something that I don't feel like it's their fault because it's been planted in their heads from generations to generation that a man should be like this and a woman should be like this. But what we're trying to do now is having that transition that we are supposed to work together in bridging that gap and appreciating our differences and our roles, not to maintain the traditional gender roles, but acknowledging that we have our specific roles, whether it may be the man in the house and the woman is working. It doesn't matter as long as we can be compatible and working together nga as a team. So ganun lang yun. It's not about putting them in gender roles or limiting them in their responsibilities, but more on identifying what our roles are as a team. So that's one thing that I wanted to bring to light. And that's why if there are men out there who want to join Magdalena Mission, why not, diba? Pwede naman siya
Actually,
alagang
some men
ate
are
and alagang
asking.
kuya.
Yeah.
That's
Some
why.
men have been asking me, Miss Pia, pwede ba akong sumali dyan sa Magdalena Mission?
Yeah, oo. Alagang
so-
ate. Ang mga ate naman ng mga bida dito Kaming mga kuya ay support role lamang. Diba? And it's time, no? It's time
Yeah.
siguro, Pia and Z, no? To tweet that old adage, no? For every a man's success or failure, diba? Sabi, there's a woman behind, no? Dapat ngayon, for every man's success or failure, there is an empowered woman behind. Dagdag na natin yung yan. So most likely magsasucceed siya. And siguro tama ka, Pia, no, nabanggit niyo yung mga men, they can join, no? As support role lang naman Diba?
Okay.
Kaming mga lalaki, support role sa Magdalena. Of course, you need somebody to hindi naman sa diba? Pagka nagbubuhat kayo ng mga relief goods. Pwede nyo kaming
Yung mga muscle namin ni Z. Kaya pa namin ni Z. Di ba?
kaya nyo naman, but syempre, of course, kahit tutulong na lang kami kahit mga pagbubuhat-buhat ng mga whatever na dapat buhatin. There are a lot of
Yes,
things
that
na
would be
pwede
great.
mag-collaborate.
That would be great. I also want to say another point. Like what Z is saying, no, that notion of a woman being so aggressive, I think also na that is what happens with the other side. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yung kabila, the regard they have for a woman, when you read a statement It's often to agitate. It's often to let the women know, hey, you stand up for your rights. You
Yeah.
stand up for womanhood. But it's such a generalized motherhood statement without really qualifying what they mean. Here in Magdalena Mission, we have very, very specific roles and very specific goals. Maybe you, Sec Edco, you can also elaborate. And Z?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Z, go ahead.
Go ahead. Because when it comes to no, when it comes to aggression, it's really not just shouting about things that you want. There really has to be an action that follows to it, no? And what we're really doing here in Magdalena Mission is really identifying all of the issues that are being that are bringing light into women's rights. But what we really need to do, what are the steps that we need to do to make that change within ourselves, within our communities, and not just blaming it on whoever is being seated, no, whether it's a president or a government official, because we need that change to be within ourselves as well, and we need to be educated as well for what we need to do, and we are bringing that to more people, because yes, yung kabila, they have statements that I agree to, like what they have, they are agreeable because that's what we want as well. But the difference is in the action. The difference is, what are they really achieving, diba? And how many years that they've been doing this, what did they do to bring the communities and to bring women into the limelight and bringing their issues, other than just shouting it, other than just telling women like you are being put down. No. For me, whenever I talk about it in the workplace, no, because I've been invited to some corporations to talk about gender equality, gender roles, not only for women, but for LGBTQ. Sabi ko, who's really putting you down aggressively? Like, who? The government doesn't have anything, or the laws doesn't have anything that will put you down. Actually, they're giving you access and they're giving you the opportunity to rise up. Now, your problem is not, do we have equality? The problem is, do you know what you can do? And I want to be here to let you know that you can be empowered to reach what you want, whether it's for your rights, whether you have been unfortunately gone through something that is traumatic, you have the opportunity to speak. And that's what we want you to do. That's what we want other women to do, and not just complain. We want them to take charge because the opportunity is there.
Yes.
The Philippines is not a country where we are putting down women. Actually, it's the complete opposite. And I believe that with all my heart. Are there people there that are taking advantage of women? Yes. That's a fact. Yes. But is the Philippines going to put down women purposefully? No, because we have three women presidents pa, two female presidents.
Yeah.
That's diba? Two female presidents. So it just goes to show that we are not discriminating against women. It just goes to show that we respect women. What we need women now to do is just know their power, just understand that they have the power. And just to add about the kuya responsibility, other than just supportive roles, I want men to be the saviors as well when we need them to be. Women can do it themselves a lot, no? Like, we, as much as possible, we don't want to burden men with our problems.
Yeah.
But I want the kuyas to be just that. When a woman is being taken advantage of in any type of way, we don't want to be hesitant to talk to men about it and have that thinking that men are going to say na baka kasi malandi ka, or baka kasi ganito yung ginawa mo. I don't want that to happen. I want men to come out and say, you know what? Tell me your problem and tell me how I can help you, and I will be there to protect you. Kasi that's the sole purpose of a man, to protect. Diba?
We are allies. Men are our allies.
Yes.
Tama yun, no? It's victim blaming is an issue. No?
Yes, victim blaming is an issue. Yes, it is. There are discrimination, but the laws in the country and the people in power is not making it an issue for the women. They're actually, alam mo, pag nagsumbong na yung isang babae, agad-agad nandyan na yung police, agad-agad nandyan na yung army, susugurin talaga yung tao. Pag nasabi mo sa even the people around you, no? Like there are so many stories that I've seen and I've heard in the news where if a woman is being seen by other people around them that they are being taken advantage of, someone stole from them, agad-agad. I'm not saying that we should do this, but they beat the person, no? So it shows that we have systems in place that will help a woman. And that's what we want to do. We want to be that system. We want to be that catalyst of showing them what they can do, other than just complaining and other than just, bringing it for their own advantage or for our own advantage, like the other groups, no, unfortunately.
Yes, what we're asking also is for men to, be humble, to listen, right? I think the listening part is
Huge deal. A huge deal. Kasi sometimes, no, pag women, I'm just telling this to anybody who's been who's married or has a girlfriend or, has a mom and they don't know how to deal with them. Alam mo, we don't want you to fix our problems lagi. We just want you to listen. Diba? Malaking bagay na nakinig ka lang sa amin, na hindi mo sinasabi sa amin na, alam mo kasi dapat ganito yung gawin mo. No, makinig ka lang. You say, you know what, yeah, I know what you feel. Is there something that I can do? Malaking bagay, promise.
And then bringing that out, though, like in the missions that we do, that is also something that the people look for, because a woman has the capacity to deliver that, to listen, to be emphatic, right? Or show empathy, I mean, to the people that they're caring for. But before we proceed, Z, let's just take a short break. We'll be right back here on Education Radio. Stay tuned.
Be enlightened with inspiring stories. Interesting biblical features. And insightful interviews with the pillars of our Catholic faith. Power to Unite with Elvira.
Kasama mo ako, di kita iiwan. Kasama mo ako, nasaan ka man. Kasama mo ako, sa bawat saglit. Kakayaning lahat dahil kasama mo ang langit.
The mystical, the magical, and the occult, made easy by G and Marge Santos on Mystical Buffet, aired every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. This program gives insights and guidance in the world of essential spirituality and wisdom of the ages. Its aim is to share extraordinary topics to everyday lives of ordinary people. Walk with them in a mystical, alternative, and less than ordinary path of life. Watch them every Saturday on Teleradio Bandido Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM, and YouTube channel RJAM News. Education Radio, hosted by Pia Morato, is on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Teleradio Bandido, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and YouTube channel RJAM News. This brings service to all educators and learners of every age. The program guests include secretaries, dignitaries, ambassadors, lawmakers, professors, volunteers, and heroes, all dedicated to contribute to this valuable advocacy. We take the streets to the classroom and the classroom to the streets.
Okay, we're back here on Education Radio with my other ateng, Z Zaldua. Hi, Z. And it seems to me that one of your greatest advocacies is equality. You know, equality between men and women, and our gender equality at that, which we know naman is a human right. Diba? But would you say also, okay, Yusek Joel is all back. Thank you for the Wi-Fi correction.
Sorry. I got disconnected naman. Nakikinig
It's
pa naman
okay.
ako doon sa sinasabi ni Z. Biglang, nawala. Anyway,
It happens. Yes.
Pia, no, and Z, no, I have, alam mo, the other day, when last week pala, earlier this week, when after Magdalena Mission was launched last Monday, no, alam ba yung kabila? Diretsahin na natin, I have to be blunt and frank about it. Yung Gabriela, di ba? May sinabi against agad doon sa Magdalena.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Was
Diba,
so
my
quick.
goodness? Diba, I mean, you women are speaking up, for women's rights. No? Yes, we have laws. Buti nga, merong BAUSI Law, di ba, on violence against women and their children. Wala naman on violence against men and their children Diba? So, women are speaking up right now. And itong kabilang grupo, itong Gabriela naman, no, some, a chapter up north, no, ay bumanat. Ano ba yun? Di ba, I mean, sila lang ba, do they hold that monopoly on women's rights? Hindi naman ganun They're just trying to project themselves as the, alam mo, sole proprietor of fighting for the rights of women. That's not good at all. That's not
Yes, that is not
bad.
good at
It's
all.
bad, no? Parang ganun. O ba, hindi niyo po monopoly yan, no? So, I'd like to ask you ladies, no? Para naman ma-assuage or ma-ease, no, yung kanila. Ano ang mensahe ninyo sa kanila? Hindi naman tayo nandito para makipag-away, but, ano ba? No? More, sila, for the longest time, sabi nga ni Z, so what happened? For the longest time, they're there. They're here. And di ba, ano nangyari? Dumami lang yung mga nare-recruit. Tapos, they ended up being killed in a gunfight somewhere, di ba, in the bundocks. Di ba?
Yeah.
So anong message?
Ako, my view on that, Yusek, is this. I've had the opportunity to speak with Sec Esperon. I've had the opportunity to speak with General Parlade, who is now also a Yusek, right? And the one thing that really I learned and I try to also impart is both of them, they have said repeatedly, there's nothing wrong about being an activist.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing wrong with it. But you have to know what you're being an activist for, what you are advocating. And if you are advocating something correct, right, that will, uplift the rest of the people around you, whether it be the whole of society or in your own community. But my stand is most especially in your family. If your family is going into shambles because of something that you're advocating, there is something wrong. Because it's affecting the structure. It's affecting your dynamic. Right? Where in fact something that you advocate should promote you, should accelerate you together with your family and the people that you are collaborating with. In terms of, in my case, for example, that's education. If in your family the educational aspect is getting pulled backwards or is getting pulled down because of a dynamic through whatever it is that you're advocating, obviously the fruit is not good. Same goes for the rest of the community and the rest of the society. Again, you said there is no monopoly on women's rights. I know Z can tackle this also after me. There's no monopoly. In fact, dapat nga, the more women who advocate women to help women, right, it should be better. But to automatically say this group, is not the right group, it's a label, it's a tag on our end. And that is certainly not right, not fair at all, because there must be some kind of trigger coming from that kind of response. Whatever that trigger is, that's something they need to figure out. Because again, I will go back to the fruit. The fruits of our labor have been good. What Magdalena Mission has done in the past, and now with Hospicio de San Jose, the fruit of the labor is good. And let us be judged by our fruits.
I agree completely. And even in the world of women, no, especially nowadays, because we are having a surge in education on women empowerment and women's rights. If a woman does not support another woman, then you're not really for women's rights, diba? If you need to succeed by bringing another person down, then that just means that you're really not doing it for the right reasons. You have your own specific agenda. Why are you so threatened by our presence? Because if we have more people fighting for women's rights, then that can only mean good things. But one of the reasons why, like for the people who are watching and for the people who are listening also, the reasons why we are mentioning that there are groups that are covering themselves, or they are pretending to be a real group when actually they are recruiting for the insurgency or whatever, that part, it's not it's not a conspiracy theory. We have women and we have teenagers, children who are coming forward and are telling us their experiences. Hindi po kami nanghuhula. Hindi rin nanghuhula yung army and yung government. Hindi kami kung saan-saan namin kinukuha. Why would we do that, diba? Why would we go out of our way just to make this happen when it really is a problem and we really need to address it? And like I said, there are so many people who are being blinded by these cover-up groups that what we want to do is just give them an option that this is not the way. If the answer is always violent, then that's not really the answer, diba? If it means that you have to lay down your life for another person's agenda, why? Kami nga dito nga sa Magnalela, we're not asking you to bear arms. We're not even asking you to join the army if you don't want to, di ba?
Right.
Kung ayaw mo maging reservist, di wag. Kung gusto mo talaga mag-focus on giving donation or creating programs or whatever, then that's your prerogative and we welcome it. We want you to find other peaceful ways, peacekeeping and community building activities, not to go with us marching down the street, wasting your time and energy para lang magkaroon ng ganyan.
That's not our mission.
Our mission is to create practical and productive activities as well as educating more, diba? Educating more in what you can do to succeed, not what you can do to bring down whoever needs to be, whoever.
That's right.
Nice.
We don't want to bring down anybody. We want to lift ourselves up because we don't need to bring down another person to lift ourselves up.
That's right. You're helping women to...
Like I said, I broke. I was just saying, like, I experienced broke. I experienced having nobody. I experienced having no connection. I experienced all of these things. Mukhang social. So, galing din ako sa streets. No, na-experience ko yun. Nobody stopped me to today. Diba? Ang dami-dami talaga tayong problema sa government and whatever. Yes, that's true. But nothing stopped me. They did not stop me. In fact, it only gave me more ways to figure out how I can bring myself there. Imagine having to sacrifice your education just to fight another person's fight. Imagine that. Like, no, education should be the number one reason, the number one role. And if I may say so, I'm also a Muslim Filipina, not Muslim from Mindanao, but Muslim in faith. And I want to also bring that to Muslim Filipinas as well, that you
Alhamdulillah.
can be vital. Alhamdulillah, di ba? We can be
Yeah.
vital
I'm
in
a
this
Muslim too.
community, in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Ayun, di ba? So I want to bring that to light kasi ang dami mga Muslim Filipinas dito also that they feel like they're not going to be
Yeah.
heard. And I want to tell them, no, you will be heard. Huwag kang matakot maging Muslim. Kung hijabi ka, go for it. I actually want to see more representation of hijabi women in the government. And it's not, no one's going to stop you. It's just what can you do about it? And we will help you. We will help you to bring you to where you want to be.
Galing.
Good
Very
job.
inspiring. Alam mo, Pia, no, siguro ito na lang, I'm not trying to, siguro to taunt the other side, no, the members of Gabriela, but they should just listen to you guys, no, speak. They should listen to you, not totally, alam mo, yung outrightly reject you, sa may tumatawag. Pia, go ahead muna. Wait lang.
Yeah. No, I think what you're trying to say is that this is a solidarity mission that we all need to be a part of, regardless of your roots, regardless of your background. We're here for one thing, which is to reach out to other women who may need us. You were talking about your experiences, Z, and although Yusek Edco thinks I have not gone through the toughest of times. No, but kidding aside, I have at some point in my life also lost everything. And, again, like I agree with what you said, to get to where I am at, I never stepped on anybody's toes. I never asked anybody to rebel against anybody. I worked on myself. Right? And
Yeah.
this is something that we can impart to others because we are capable. We are capable of doing exactly that. And we want to see more women who have breakthroughs in their lives, because
Yes.
breakthroughs in their lives these are the experiences that motivate, or encourage other women or inspire other women, men for that matter as well.
Yeah.
To just keep on going. Because again, the greatest mission is for everybody to succeed. That's why it's a solidarity mission.
Yes, yeah, and I was saying, Zay, kanina, no? Sorry, I was, somebody called lang. As I was saying, dun sa other side, no? They should just listen to you guys. No? And tama sinabi ni Zay na hindi naman to tayo nagre-recruit. No? Kundi, just be what you want to be, no? Sa mga women natin na nandiyan. Be who you want to be. What you want to be. Yun lang naman yung call eh. Hindi naman to gera, hindi naman tama ito gera. And para hindi naman ma-intimidate yung mga nasa kabila, no? Welcome naman sila sumama sa Magdalena eh. After all, this is not a beauty contest. So don't worry. This is not a beauty contest, no? We are with reasonable women here, no? They are very smart, and yes, they are very beautiful, no? And yes, they are, alam mo, yun eh. Alam mo naman yung iba. Maganda nga, pero wala naman ganito. Diba? Something like that. No? That's very discriminating among women also. Diba? Even among women, may mga ganun nagsasabi, yun sila, puro ganda lang yan. Diba? Kasi, but right now, listening to you guys, diba, lumalabas eh. Diba? beauty and brains and all that. But anyway, Pia, I think
Thank you so much. I think we've run out of time. Yeah, thank you so much, Yusek Joel Edco. Thank you so much, Z. Again, I look forward to working with you, and I see that your advocacy, sabi ko na nga, it seems we are talking about gender equality for Z. No, so I think Z would also really want to work hard on that. It's a good example because she's young enough to really, show the rest of, she can get the youth on board as well when it comes to these things. Thanks, Z. I hope to see you soon. Right? This is Tita Pia speaking.
Ate lang.
Ate Pia.
Ate lang, wala. There's no such thing as a tita, di ba? Especially when you look so young.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Hush on the age. But thank you so much. I'll see everybody soon. Thank you so much, Yusek Edco, for being our kuya here, our guardian here. Thank you so much for having our backs as well. We look forward. Maraming salamat po. This is Pia Marto
Thank you very much, Pia.
for Education Radio. Hasta luego, everyone.